So hi everyone, this is Drastic Ed from the Achievement Squad, coming at you with another episode of our EZG series. Now before we jump in, just want to give everybody a big shout out and a huge thank you from the Achievement Squad, because this year has been absolutely fantastic and you guys have made it absolutely incredible. We've come a long way. We've been doing this channel now for about 14 months, and because of all of your constant engagement, feedback, it's really helped us grow as a channel, and we can't thank you enough for that. So thank you from us over here at the Achievement Squad. So in this episode, we're going to talk about some of the games that we've found very easy to do, to bag yourself that full 1000 G on or a decent amount of Gamerscore. We can't cover every game out there. We know a ton of games from companies like Ratalaka and AC and Neo Geo, but any of the games that you feel that we've missed, feel free to drop them down in the comments section below for everybody else to kind of see. So we're going to talk about a mix of different titles. We're going to talk about some indie kind of quick wins to something of the games that are a little bit more tricky, and some of the AAA titles that we've thoroughly enjoyed getting that full 1000 Gamerscore in. So to kick this off, the first game that we're going to talk about is Fractured Minds. So Fractured Minds is probably one of the more important games of the year, not because it's a fancy AAA title or it's an easy 1000G, but because it actually touches on a very serious topic, which is mental health. Now, the game is designed by Emily Mitchell, and the aim was to help other people that are suffering from mental health issues, such as anxiety, depression, feeling lonely, and make them aware that they're not the only individuals in the world that are going through this. At the same time, for every purchase that you make of this game, it goes to a charity called Safe in Our World. So for every time you buy this game, you're also helping out individuals that are struggling with mental health illnesses. And for that, the cost of the actual game in the UK currently is $1.79. For our friends over in the US, it's $2 for the game. So the game is relatively inexpensive to buy, but for that price, and also being able to help out a good cause, and also at the same time being able to get yourself an easy 1000G, it's a no-brainer in that sense. So this game is going to take you roughly 20 minutes to get to the end. The video on our channel is about 11 minutes. You'll need some time to kind of scrub and watch ahead of the video, and just take some couple of pause breaks, that kind of stuff as you're going through. There are a total of 10 achievements, all valued at 100G each, and you get them for completing the majority of the levels. So I think there's 6 chapters in total, and there are some miscellaneous achievements along the way, such as in the last room picking up 7 of the keys that are dotted around the room before you find the right one, and then also bumping into your monster in chapter 4. It will take you a little bit longer to complete, like I say, but there are some circumstances where people have reported a few bugs within chapter 4 where the monster does not show up. But however, the game itself, it's a very quick and easy win. It's a very pleasant game. I strongly recommend that you take the time, as I mentioned at the start of this video, it's related to mental health, but to explore the rooms, read what is written on things like the paper and then what appears on the screen, just to come to grips with it all. So next up on this list we have Foxyland. Foxyland is a game that is developed by Ratalaka. In the UK it costs $4.99, probably about $6.50 for our friends over in the States. And as any other Ratalaka game, these games are incredibly straightforward and incredibly short to get the full 1000G on. Foxyland pretty much is around about kind of picking up cherries, diamonds across a Mario style kind of game. At one point you will have to use a shop to purchase something, but the game is incredibly easy to complete, and you're looking at around about kind of 30 to 40 minutes to do, which is in true Ratalaka style. Now with this game in particular, you don't really need a guide for it. The game itself is actually incredibly straightforward, and I'm absolutely terrible at it, as I am with any other platformer game, but you don't really need a guide. Everything is pretty much walk to the left and jump, so there's nothing majorly complex about the game. It is a little bit infuriating from time to time with falling on the spikes, that kind of stuff, so just ignore my terrible skills as you're watching. But these games are quick wins for majority of the Drastic Ed games, and in this case this one is one of the easiest that we found out of this group. And next up on the list we have Iroh Hero, which I just finished this morning. Iroh Hero is a top-down shooter. It kind of reminds me of the game R-Type from the ZX Spectrum days, which is about you being a spacecraft that kind of changes from one color, where you switch to the color of the other ship, which is a friendly ship. You know, so if you're blue, you can cooperate and you absorb their bullets. If you're red, you're an enemy ship and you can kind of take them down. And you know, the aim behind the game is to flip between the different styles of ship and progress forward. Now, it is a little bit frustrating in some areas, but however, for a quick win, it's really not too hard. You only have to progress as far as level 2 to get the full 1000G. And it's covered on a couple of other channels out there today. And as you can see, I've barely just started this game and I've pretty much netted myself probably around kind of 400 Gamerscore in total. Now, one of the things with these games in particular, they are very fast paced and can get a little bit frustrating at times, but the easiest way to deal with this game is bag yourself kind of a lot of the miscellaneous kill achievements before you actually kind of start and look to progress. You're required to kill in some of the missions 500 enemies in one gaming session. That doesn't mean in one run of the game, that means in one session without you quitting the game and going back to your dashboard. You're looking at around about kind of 20 minutes to get the full 1000G, so it's very easy. There's no bugs or major kind of issues with the game. It's just a little bit frustrating, and I've always kind of struggled with these types of games. There are a couple of bosses that you'll need to face off with, like now, but overall there's nothing really too difficult to achieve here. We are now on Life is Strange. So Life is Strange is a slightly longer title compared to the others that I've just shown you. But Life is Strange is a episodic game which takes roughly around 2 hours per episode. The games themselves are very well known and very well renowned in that sense. And the second game, which is this one that I'm showing to you on the screen now, Life is Strange 2, all episodes are currently available on Game Pass. So a lot of the achievements for this one are orientated around finding collectibles. So in this particular video that you're seeing on the screen right now, one of the collectibles is a drawing. And there are 6 collectibles across each episode. There are achievements linked to every single collectible, and then finding all of the collectibles as well as beating the episode, as well as actually taking the time to get the drawing done. Now, when it comes to the episodic style games, I have to say Life is Strange is actually one of my favourite ones. I was a big fan of the first one and Before the Storm. This Life is Strange 2 is very good, but it doesn't quite level. But if you're looking for a good game that's generally well written and well built, Life is Strange 2 is very good. Doesn't quite live up to the expectation of the first one for me. But if you're looking for an easy 1000G, as mentioned, it's on Game Pass, and it's pretty much there for playing through the game. We've covered all of the collectibles on our channel, so I'll place links down in the description below if you choose to go ahead of it. But it's going to cost you nothing if you're on Game Pass, and it's a very well written game. You're looking at around about 6 to 8 hours to get a full 1000G in this one. Not only that, is also in episode 3 you get the opportunity to pet a dog, which is pretty awesome.
Like you don't get pet enough around here.
So the next game on this list is Airy Little Bird Adventure. Now, we covered this one on our channel. Airy Little Bird Adventure reminds me very much of the game Ascendance in terms of the way it looks for its graphics and its art style. The game is not very long, however it's very good to look at. It takes you approximately 30 minutes to get to start from finish, and the main premise of the game is to fly about the level and pick up the feathers on the way. There's approximately, I think it's 70 feathers in total. I've never actually counted, so I'm just guessing right now. But every time you pick up one of these feathers, you get a little pointer down in the bottom right hand corner that tells you how we're going along. And the aim is to go around and collect every feather in the level. We have a video on our channel that actually covers the location of all of these feathers. I would strongly recommend that you give it a shot yourself though. They're not too tricky to find. If you miss one, you can fly around the area until you find it. You can't even complete the level anyway until you find it. So just give it an explore, go take a look at the area. The game itself is actually very relaxing, it's very calming, and it's not too stressful. There is only one incredibly difficult collectible to get, which is in the level where the village is, and it's underneath the tracks. And you'll see from my video, if you watch it, there is some dodgy cuts for the numerous times that I crashed into the tracks. Okay, so as mentioned just at the start of this section, this is about 30 to 40 minutes to get the full 1000G. It's a great game, it's a simple game, that's all it needed to be, and yeah, you'll be done in kind of no time at all. There is not a huge story behind it, but there is indication as well from one of the secret levels that there is a second game potentially in the works for this one. It's very hard to tell, but it looks like it could potentially come in the future, and it may be another easy 1000G there. So next game up on this list is the Sojourn. So the Sojourn came out earlier this year, around about the September time, in the middle. The game is a little bit more pricey than some of the others that we've got on this list. It's around about kind of £20, maybe $25. The game is also not the shortest game on the list. It is certainly one of the longer games that we are mentioning here. However, because it is primarily a puzzle-driven game, following a walkthrough like we do on our channel is pretty much going to give you a clean run straight away from start to finish. You are looking at around about 5 hours to get the full 1000G. So the puzzles in this game are built against the utilization of being in a light world and being in a dark world. When you're inside the light world, you're able to do certain things and move around certain areas. When you're in the dark world, you're able to teleport and swap places with objects or interact with things like harps and musical instruments that you might find around you, and other kinds of things, and mirrors. Now personally, I really do rate this game. I am a big fan of puzzle games because I do like a good old puzzle related challenge, and when a puzzle game is good and it's very well done, for me that's kind of a winner in that sense, you know, because it shows a lot of thought and a lot of thinking and kind of creativity have gone into creating these games, as opposed to being just a crank the handle kind of turn out a game and it's an easy 1000G. For me, the Sojourn was one of the games that, you know, really challenged my brain a lot. However, at the end of the day, completing the game is incredibly rewarding for me. Yeah, and it's great fun as well. The majority of the achievements for this game are actually related to collectibles called merits. There are 46 in total that you'll find throughout, as well as general story progression related achievements as well. Now on the list we have the AAA title, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's the 2019 version, which came out this year, which has proven to be a very successful game. It's a little bit controversial in some areas, however it is a very popular game. There are a lot of guides out there already on some of the achievements linked to this one. We didn't cover it on our channel. However, it is a very highly rated game. At the same time, it is very simple for achievements. So there are a lot of miscellaneous achievements as you're going through. So you've got the subway undergrounds, and you've also got trigger discipline, which is not injuring any of the civilians that you would find running around Piccadilly Circus, as you'll be showing in this mission here. There are many kind of difficulty settings. The main difficulty setting that gets you the achievements is the veteran one, which is going to take you around about 6 hours to get to the end of. Now, veteran is notoriously difficult. In this one it wasn't actually too bad. Pretty much the aim of it is just to kind of get through, and you'll rinse and repeat the different checkpoints like you have done in previous Call of Duties. We recommend that as you are going through this, you do it on a lower difficulty to begin with, so something maybe like Rookie, whilst you're picking up the miscellaneous achievements. And as you get more familiar with the game, you then look at tackling something a little bit harder, which is the veteran difficulty. Alright, so on veteran you will get shot and die with maybe 1 or 2 bullets, but overall fantastic game, really not difficult for achievements at all, which is surprising for a AAA title, but you'll be done within half a day worth of effort.
Hold at the perimeter.
Raven, this is Saber 2. Where's the bloody army?
Secondary detonation in the cabin.
So next up on the list we have Borderlands 3, which is the second AAA title alongside Call of Duty in this one. For me, I absolutely love this game, and I've been playing it for years, since the first one, right through to Borderlands 2, the pre-sequel, and then the remaster, as well as the Telltale series. I'm not sure if you count the pre-sequel as part of the actual main game itself, no comment. However, for this, I really enjoyed it. It was a very good game, and in terms of the actual achievements itself, some of you may disagree with this, but they're actually very easy. Now, the hardest achievement for me in the game was actually to hit all of the targets inside the shooting range. It just required a really good gun and a co-op partner to help me out with that. Now, a lot of this is actually grinding. It will take you around about kind of 50 to 60 hours to complete. However, for me, this is a very rewarding game to play because it's all about building a good character, getting a good skill set up, and there are a lot of guides also out there that will cover all of the collectibles. So they've the Hamlock's hunts, we also have the bounty targets from Zero, as well as then things like the Iridian slabs that need to be translated. They've also just dropped the DLC, which is the Moxie's Heist on the Handsome Jackpot, which just dropped last week. Which is a very enjoyable DLC. It's good fun and as well, and it's only $11.99. It's a decent addition as well if you've got the actual season pass, and it adds an additional 255 Gamerscore to the full 1000. We got the opportunity to cover those on our channel, primarily built around the crew challenges, but it's very straightforward and you should be able to complete it quite easy with a co-op partner as well. So overall, yeah, love Borderlands, very good game. So that concludes our list of easy Gs, like I'm about to conclude these Maliwan enemies here. Now, just want to reiterate again, like I did at the start, none of this is possible without you guys. So from the bottom of our hearts, we want to say thank you again, and we really appreciate the support. At the same time, if you have any feedback about how we can do better next year, please drop it down in the comment section below. We look forward to hearing from you. If we've missed any of the games off of this list, tell us. Put your comments forward and show everybody else the games that you also feel are easy Gs. I know it's not covering every game in the world, which would be nice if we could do that, but it's not possible. But hey, that's what it is. Can't thank you guys enough. I've been Drastic Ed from the Achievement Squad, and happy hunting.